Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Happy new month. Welcome to the month of March 2026. This is the first day of March, and I'm excited to come to you. Day 7 of 30 of real estate content. My name is John Olisa, and I'm the CEO of Red Diamond Properties Limited. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you another way to build wealth or make income, make money in real estate in Nigeria, which is land banking. Land banking. Land banking is a very interesting way and sort of not too stressful way to make money in real estate in Nigeria. Now, I first want to define what the concept of land banking means. Land banking simply means buying large in large quantity and keeping it either for resale value or keeping it for property development. I wrote a definition here. It is acquisition of land in high growth areas, either for future appreciation or wealth multiplication or property development. Land banking is a very great way to succeed in real estate. I've heard so many stories. Is it the one of Ibuku Awoshika? She shared the story. Now, I'm not so sure about the figures here, but I know she bought a land many years ago in the Lagos Lekki axis. And when she just bought it and kept it, and she needed money some other time, and she sold it and got returns whether 100 or 200%. I also hear the story of Pastor Matthew. No, not Pastor Matthew, yes. Paul Adefarasi, his father, George Adefarasi, got land there in the 60s, 70s, in what is now today Victoria Island, which was called Marshy Land, Bushy Land. And that is where is now the city of Lagos. And when it was resold, they made serious profit. Was it Pastor Matthew Ashimolowo of KICC who bought land in large size in Mowe axis of Ogun State in the early 1990s, and when he sold it, he got profit in some of them. So land banking is very profitable a business. And why is it? Because when you buy land, remember what I said on day one, land is an asset that is fixed in supply, in quantity, and the population keeps increasing, development keeps increasing. So it's something that if you get right can make you much more wealthy in real estate. So let me redefine or define again or restate what land banking is. It's buying land in large quantity for the purpose of future appreciation or wealth multiplication, for the purpose of property development, or for the purpose of general resale. So what that means is that you can buy land in a strategic area, 5 years later you sell it to get 100%, 200%, and the likes. But you need to understand that there are factors that drive property appreciation. There are factors that make land banking to be successful, because it's not every land you buy somewhere that will increase in value, to be sincere. Some lands you buy and they remain the same. They don't necessarily reduce in value at the price you bought them, but the price remains the same. So this question is, what differentiates a successful land banking investment in one location from another? I'm going to share a few thoughts. The first thing I would say that differentiates is infrastructure. Infrastructure has the ability to change a place overnight. A place that is developing but does not have good roads, and infrastructure starts coming there, it can change the course of the place. Take for instance Kuje in Abuja. When I went to Kuje in 2024 January, it was what I always knew it to be. The entrance from the airport axis, quite dusty, tiny roads. But when I went there in 2025, it was hard to believe. The roads have been expanded and are still being worked on. Shopping mall, Market Square, Kilimanjaro, at the Tipper garage, and road expansion still happening. That has made the value of land in Kuje to increase. Why? Because infrastructure is coming there. Let's even take a look at the Lagos axis, the Lekki Epe Ibeju Lekki axis. Infrastructure is changing the place. How? Places like the Lekki Free Trade Zone, places like the upcoming international airport that will be built there, the second one in Lagos. Things like the deep sea port are changing the axis. Value of land here is going high. And why is value of land going high? Because of these things. And you ask, how would it happen? So when an airport comes there, for instance, what that means is that people who are coming to Lagos will not need to land at Ikeja Airport, right? They will land at Lekki Airport. If they want to do business, whatever business they will be doing possibly will be in the Lekki-Ekpe axis. They will not need to come all the way from town. Remember, if somebody wants to do business in Lagos and has to do it in Lekki, if the person is landing at Ikeja, they will have to come all the way down to Lekki. So Lekki will now become a much more active business zone, business area, because of an airport coming. There's a deep sea port that is coming up there. With such infrastructures coming, businesses will come up, population will go there, and the value of land will automatically increase. So you need to know, the first thing that drives land banking increase in value is infrastructure. Whether it is rail, whether it is airport, whether it is free seaport, whether it is the free trade zone. So that's one thing you should look out for, is infrastructure currently in this area or coming to this area. And let me just say something. To succeed in land banking, my mentor, Dr. Stephen Akintaya, will say, you buy land in pre-developed areas, not developed areas, and not underdeveloped or undeveloped areas. Pre-developed areas that are about to develop in few years, not areas that are backward. No, pre-developed areas that you already see this infrastructure coming to. So that is one thing you should consider, buying it in pre-developed areas, and where you can get it also in large quantity. So the first driver, the first factor to consider when you want to go into land banking is there infrastructure there, or is it about to come? Because it can change the value, not just even for land banking, any other real estate investment. Roads coming, railways coming, and the likes. So that's the first factor you should consider. The second factor you should consider is what I would call population density. Population is still the greatest driver of real estate. Population is still the number one driver of real estate. The more people are in a place, the more need there will be for real estate, whether residential real estate or commercial real estate or industrial real estate. And in my opinion, the best place for land banking in Nigeria is in Lagos, even though I'm based there in Abuja, but that's my opinion. Now, why is that? Because Lagos is the most densely populated state in Nigeria. I said it in my Facebook likes some days ago, that Lagos is the smallest state in Nigeria in terms of land mass. The biggest in terms of land mass is Niger State, which is about 25 times the size of Lagos. So Lagos is the smallest state in Nigeria in terms of land mass. Then ironically, it is the largest state in Nigeria in terms of population. Lagos now has a population of over 20 million. So is it not ironic? You have small land and you have people pouring into Lagos. I heard the statistics also some years ago that maybe an average of 2,000 people are coming into Lagos every day. So Lagos population keeps increasing. And according to a report, by 2000, the population of Lagos will be 80 million. So what does that tell you? Fixed land, small land, but the value or the people coming into the state keeps increasing. So that's why I say Lagos, for me, in my opinion, is the best place for land banking. If you can still get land in large quantity, whether in the Ikorodu axis, whether in the Ekpe axis. Because also take into consideration, yes, I'll still talk about that, but let me not go ahead of myself. Let me just hold on that. But population density drives up the value of land. Population density drives up the value of land. You should be aware of that. And the last but not the least driver of the value of land is what we call commercial activity. Commercial activity in a place can change the value of land drastically. So look at the Dangote refinery that came to Lagos. And what happened? Immediately the Dangote refinery came to Lagos, value of land quadrupled in that area. It's the largest refinery in Africa. 650,000 barrels of oil, crude oil, can be refined. And they even want to increase the capacity to 1.3 million. So that commercial activity, more people will be there, whether for residential purposes, whether for commercial purposes. So commercial activity has the ability to increase value of land. And closely tied to commercial activity is the value of properties in an area. So this is still closely tied to it. So value of property in an area can also increase the value of your own property that you have bought before commercial development or before development in general. So a company I always talk about, GTEX Homes, they bought 54 acres of land in Sherman, Texas some years ago for $10 million. And some surrounding property were close to it. One was close to it and was valued at $6 billion. Another one was about 20 minutes from it and it was valued at about $50 billion or so. So you won't believe when the company decided to sell this land, it sold it at what? At $20 million in few years. So surrounding property also increases the value of land. Surrounding property still increases the value of land. So these are three factors you should consider before doing land banking. 1, infrastructure. 2, population density. And 3, government activity. It has the ability to change everything in that area. It has the value and the ability to increase the value of land in an area. So those are the factors to consider. There's so much more I want to share, but I just want to give you the tip of the iceberg. Tomorrow I will continue. I will continue my Facebook Live. My name is John Olisa. I'm the CEO of Red Diamond Properties Limited. And we recently launched our first estate in Kuje, Abuja. Remember I said in today's live that Kuje is an area where greater infrastructure is coming up. A road is even done from Kuje all the way to Apowasa. That will be a game changer. And in our estate, what can you do? With 200 square meters, you can build 3-bedroom terrace duplex and it goes for 1.5 million for the land. For 300 square meters going for 2 million, you can build a 4-bedroom semi-detached duplex. And with 400 square meters going for 3 million, you can build a 5-bedroom fully detached duplex. The 300 square meters is 2.2 million. And for the 1,000 square meters going for 7 million, you can build 6 units of 1, 2, 3 bedroom blocks of flats, 2 units each. So you can contact me today on +234 813 799 0792. I come again, +234 813 799 0792 to get your land to key into this project. Even if you want to use it for land banking, it's a good opportunity for you to key into. So let me just summarize what I've said about land banking before we end today's live and continue tomorrow. Land banking is buying land in a pre-developed area, buying it for the purpose of future development, for the purpose of property appreciation or property development. In land banking, they say you don't wait to buy land, you buy land, then wait. And what are the things that increase value of land? 1, infrastructure, airport, roads. I also did not mention it, but let me just mention this in passing. Government policy, government project coming up. I said Ikorodu. Do you know if the 4th mainland bridge will cross all the way from Ikorodu to the Lekki area? So you will not need to pass the heart of Lagos. You will not need to pass, if you're in Lagos, you will not need to pass the Ketu, the Ogudu, the Bagada, the Lagos Island before you get all to Victoria Island, Ikoyi, then Lekki. No, there's a bridge, the 4th mainland bridge, that will cross all the way from Ikorodu to Lekki axis. So you can see government projects to increase the value of land. Government announcement. They've not even finished it or possibly started it, but that announcement is already increasing value of land, both in some areas of Ikorodu and Lekki. Also population density, I discussed, as well as commercial activity. So land banking is one good area to invest in real estate. Tomorrow I'm going to share more that you need to know about it. If you want to contact me for anything in relation to real estate, kindly reach out to me at +234 813 799 0792. Or you can send me an email to my company, Red Diamond Properties 10 at gmail.com. Red Diamond Properties 10 at gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm so grateful to you. Wish you a happy new month and a great and wonderful month ahead. Thank you so very much and have a wonderful week ahead. Bye.